Welcome back to Firepower. Imagine standing in a narrow hallway at 2 in the morning, the footprint of the room dictating every movement, every inch. In that moment, your choice of shotgun can spell the difference between control and chaos. Full-size shotguns can deliver stopping power, but in close quarters they can be a liability, awkward to move, slow to present, and brutal to handle inside a home. That's why compact shotguns exist. Purpose-built, maneuverable, and designed for the environments where most defensive encounters actually occur. This video is a deep, no-nonsense exploration of the 10 smallest, most capable home defense shotguns of 2025. We tested them in realistic drills, ran patterning and reliability checks, measured handling and reload times, and evaluated ergonomics for practical use in confined spaces. You'll get detailed, model-by-model analysis, hands-on impressions, and a decision framework that matches gun to house, family, and training level. We're not here to sell hype. We're here to tell you what actually works when space is tight and seconds count. Before we dive into the list, a quick note about our methodology. Every gun was evaluated on the same criteria: maneuverability in simulated home layouts, presentation speed from common carry or storage positions, pattern density at realistic defensive distances, follow-up speed, reload ergonomics, and long-run reliability under stress conditions. We used a consistent set of defensive loads, where applicable, ran chrono checks to ensure reasonable velocity consistency, and inspected each platform for maintenance and parts support. Practicality trumped novelty. With that out of the way, let's meet the contenders. 1. Rock Island. Our F-14, the compact semi-auto that thinks short. The VRF-14 is Rock Island's short configuration tactical shotgun that strips away the fat and keeps what matters: rapid follow-ups and a controllable swing. Where many manufacturers simply cut barrels and call it compact, Rock Island refined the 4N geometry and stock balance to shorten the operating length without sacrificing the natural point of aim. The gas system is tuned for defensive 0-0 buck and quality 2 3/4 inch loads, so you get semi-auto quickness in a package that feels less like a rifle and more like a deliberate defensive tool. On the range, the VRF-14 demonstrated consistent cycling even with heavier defensive payloads and held dense patterns at 7 to 15 yards, the distances that matter in most homes. Recoil is present but manageable thanks to the system's gas timing and a well-shaped recoil pad. The trade-offs are a reduced sight radius and louder report in enclosed spaces, so you'll want a good weapon light and quality ear protection during training. For users who want semi-automatic follow-up speed in the shortest possible form, the VRF-14 is a serious candidate. Number 2. Kel-Tec KS7. The minimalist pump with big reliability. The KS7 is minimal by design and maximizes simplicity. This pump-action scattergun uses a short, rigid forend and a polymer receiver to keep weight low while maintaining structural durability. The short pump stroke and positive action make it surprisingly friendly for quick reloads and fast presentations. If you've ever thought pump guns were archaic, the KS7 is a reminder that the simplest mechanisms often win in stressful environments because they are intuitive and almost foolproof. In our handling trials, the KS7 allowed smooth transitions from low, ready to full mount, and produce predictable patterns at defensive distances. The felt recoil is higher than on comparable gas semi-autos, but the short stroke and decreased muzzle rise help you reacquire sights quickly. For households that want something virtually idiot-proof with minimal maintenance, the KS7's reliability and low weight make it an excellent compact pump option. Number 3. Axer Arms FSS Mini. takedown versatility, and rapid deployment. The FSS Mini brings a design philosophy built around concealment and quick deployment. It's a compact takedown shotgun that can live in a small safe, closet, or under a bed in its stowed form and be configured into a fully usable defensive tool in seconds. The takedown interface locks rigidly, producing a stable cheek weld and repeatable POI once assembled. That's crucial. A takedown that flexes ruins aim and undermines confidence. On deployment, the FSS Mini tracks well, and its skeletonized forend accepts short rails and lights. Recoil is typical for a short barrel, but ergonomics mitigate surprise muzzle climb. The downside is added mechanical complexity. The takedown mechanism must be kept clean and inspected regularly, and the owner must practice the declaration and assemble routine to be fast and reliable under stress. If bedside concealment or hidden storage is a priority, the FSS Mini is one of the best compromises between concealability and readiness we tested. Number 4. IWI TAVR TS12 Bullpup Capacity. With a small footprint, the TS12 is a strikingly different take on compact shotgun design. A bullpup with a revolving tube magazine. The barrel length is useful for pattern density, while the bullpup layout tucks the action into the shoulder pocket, creating an overall length far shorter than traditional designs. The 3-tube magazine system means immediate multi-shot redundancy without reloading, and the rotating feed gives you a quasi-magazine feel with tube-like reliability. In our patterning tests, the TS12 produced dense patterns inside close ranges, and the triple magazine system allowed rapid consecutive engagements. The controls are oriented more like a rifle than a classic shotgun, so training pays big dividends. The bullpup's center of gravity is rearward, which some shooters love for stationary presentation but requires training for dynamic movement, stair negotiation, and transitions. If you want capacity and compactness in one platform and you train to overcome the bullpup quirks, the TS12 delivers a unique blend of firepower and agility. Number 5. Serbu Super Shorty, the Specialist Room Stopper. The Super Shorty is unapologetically compact and brutal in consequence. Think of it as a specialist tool rather than a general utility gun. With an extremely short overall length and a correspondingly horrifying recoil impulse, this shotgun is designed for single-room dominance. Pattern density at contact and close-in distances is devastating. The shoehorned length means swing and follow-up are challenging for untrained users, but within a room, it projects a level of shock that few platforms equal. Our drills with the Super Shorty confirm what the design promises. Immediate, visceral stopping power at point-blank distances. But the heavy recoil and the awkward presentation make it a tool for trained individuals who can manage the punishment. If recoil tolerance and regular practice are non-negotiable for you, the Super Shorty is an extreme option for extreme situations. Number 6. Charles Daly Honcho, Budget Practicality. With modern controls. The Honcho brings an appealing mix of affordability and practical ergonomics. It's a compact pump that modernizes interface points, oversized carrier releases, ambidextrous safeties, and sensible sling and accessory attachments. For homeowners who need a dependable defense tool but are budget conscious, the Honcho delivers consistent cycling and predictable performance in a compact, easy-to-manage package. We ran mixed-load reliability tests, and the Honcho digested common defensive loads with minimal fuss. The finish and fit and finish are modest compared to high-end guns, but the mechanical function is solid and the controls are friendly to inexperienced hands. For value-driven buyers who want pump simplicity and everyday reliability in a small package, the Honcho is tough to beat. Number 7. Beretta 1301. Short variant. Semi-auto smoothness in a compact package. Beretta's 1301 family earns its reputation for a reason: fast, smooth cycling, and a user-friendly chassis. The short-barrel tactical variants shrink the footprint while preserving the 1301's hallmark rapid follow-ups. The gas system is refined to reduce perceived recoil dramatically, and the ergonomics are designed for speed with minimal fuss. In handling and patterning, the short 1301 variant performed admirably. Fast second shots, consistent patterns at typical home defense ranges, and excellent reliability across defensive payloads. Beretta also offers a sensible suite of mounting options for lights and optics, and the short profile barrel paired with a ghost ring or red dot setup made fast aiming intuitive. If you want semi-auto speed with gentler recoil and minimal user maintenance, the 1301 short configuration is an outstanding compact option. Number 8. Rock Island PF14. Pump evolution with soft control. The PF14 demonstrates that pumps haven't been left behind in innovation. Rock Island took the pump concept and refined stock geometry, recoil mitigation, and slide balance to produce a compact that is remarkably forgiving to shoot. The PF14's recoil system and improved fit reduce muzzle flip, keeping follow-ups reasonable for shooters sensitive to recoil but committed to the pump action's legendary reliability. Our stress tests showed the PF14 running mixed defensive loads without issue and maintaining dense patterns inside standard engagement distances. The controls are clean and logical, and the shorter forend ensures quick cycling and minimal hand travel. For defenders who prefer pumps but want a softer shooting experience, the PF14 is a notable evolution. Number 9. Solon Arms SS211. Lightweight, semi-auto. Built for speed. The SS211 pushes the envelope for lightness and speed. Solon Arms focused on mass distribution and enhanced recoil systems so the shooter can present, engage, and recover faster than with many other semi-autos. The chassis is compact, and the reduced front-end weight helps in rapid target transitions. In our drills, the SS211 allowed fast movement and maintained good reliability with standard defensive loads. Where it is slightly more sensitive is with marginal low-power loads. Supply chain or budget defensive rounds sometimes fail to cycle without a tuned buffer or gas block adjustment. But with recommended defense loads, it ran well. If your priority is the fastest possible engagement cycle in the smallest possible frame semi-auto, the SS211 deserves a hard look. Number 10. Remington 870 TAC-14. The proven classic. Reimagined finally. The TAC-14 is the classic Remington design refined for modern compact tactical use. The 870 platform is the archetype of pump reliability, and the TAC-14 trims it into a package that's easy to maneuver and teach. The TAC-14's short 14-inch form keeps pattern density where it needs to be while remaining mechanically simple and straightforward. We ran endurance and stress drills with multiple shooters and found the TAC-14 to be forgiving, intuitive, and nearly indestructible. The aftermarket support, holsters, stocks, slings, and lights is massive. So integration into a bedside rig or a home defense setup is trivial. If you value proven function and ease of use above all, the TAC-14 is an eminently sensible compact choice. Now that you've seen the models, let's translate the raw impressions into decision-making criteria you can actually use. Maneuverability. Bullpups and takedown designs, Taver TS12, Axer FSS Mini, KSG Bullpup Compacts, dominate because they reduce overall length while preserving barrel length. If your house is full of tight corners, measure your hallways and test movement with a mock-up before deciding. Reload speed. Systems with detachable magazine options and revolving tube designs, TS12, DP12, offer near-instant reloads or high immediate capacity. Pumps and traditional tube-fed semi-autos are slower by design, but speed comes with increased training and familiarity. Controllability. Noise, felt recoil, and muzzle rise affect follow-up speed. Gas semi-autos like the Beretta 1, 301 short variant, and Rock Island VER F14 are easier on the shooter, whereas specialist tools like the Super Shorty demand higher recoil tolerance and better stance mechanics. Reliability. Simplicity is king. Pumps like the KS7 and TAC14 are the most tolerant of neglect and marginal loads. Semi-autos require correct gas tuning or robust inertia designs to handle a wide range of defensive rounds, so pay attention to proven track records and maintenance cycles. Pattern density and terminal performance. Barrel length and choke matter more than overall aesthetics. Many compact designs compensate by keeping effective barrel length or using chokes optimized for close range density. Always pattern your gun with the exact rounds you plan to carry and at home defense distances to ensure predictable performance. Practical use. Scenarios. Match gun to house, small apartment or studio. Prioritize the shortest overall footprint that still allows cheek weld and a clear sight picture. Bullpup compacts, the KSG, or a takedown stored bedside are excellent choices. Trained for single-room work and immediate presentation. Multi-level home with staircases. Choose a gun with predictable handling on movement and the ability to retain balance when climbing. Semi-autos with less muzzle rise or moderated pumps with soft recoil systems help preserve target reacquisition during movement. Shared household. With multiple operators. Go with the simplest interface that everyone can manipulate easily under stress. Pump guns like the TAC-14 or KS7, or semi-autos with clearly positioned controls like the 1301 are preferable. Budget-conscious buyers choose dependable pumps like the Charles Daly Honcho or Rock Island PF14. They give you the minimum ceremony and maximum reliability without bleeding the wallet. Training and drills. Practice is non-negotiable. No amount of hardware selection will substitute for training. Drill the specific movements you will use in your house: turning corners, stair transitions, low-light identification, reloads from cover, and malfunction clearance. Train with the exact ammunition you will trust for defense. If you choose a takedown or bullpup, add assembly and deployment drills to your routine until muscle memory replaces deliberate thought. Buyer's checklist. The 5 non-negotiables. 1. Fit your home. Measure corridors, stair widths, and storage spaces. If you cannot physically present the muzzle without awkward movement, choose a shorter platform. 2. Confirm operator ability. Test the platform with everyone who will access it in a defensive scenario. Don't rely on one person's skill. 3. Validate ammo compatibility. Pattern and cycle your chosen defensive load through the gun in a controlled range. 4. Ensure parts and serviceability. Compact or novel designs can have limited aftermarket parts. Avoid obscure platforms if you rely on consistent local support. 5. Plan for safe storage and legal compliance. Check local laws on barrel length, short-barreled shotgun regulations, and secure bedside storage requirements. Firepower does not condone illegal modifications or the bypassing of safety systems. Always verify federal, state, and local statutes before modifying a firearm or purchasing a specific configuration. Secure storage, safe handling, and lawful ownership are essential responsibilities. Train with eye and ear protection and, where practical, under the supervision of a qualified instructor. Best compact semi-auto for most defenders, Beretta 1 301 short variant, because it offers low perceived recoil, rapid follow-ups, and reliable cycling with defensive loads. It's intuitive, low maintenance, and versatile. Best pump for simplicity and reliability, Remington 870 TAC-14 and Kel-Tec KS-7. The TAC-14 for the proven 870 platform and massive aftermarket support. The KS-7 for minimal weight and foolproof function. Best high-capacity compact IWI TAVR TS-12 and DP-12. These are for defenders who value immediate multi-shot capability without repeated reloads. They require training, but reward it with unmatched on-target endurance. Best concealable bedside option, Axer Arms FSS Mini. It stores small, deploys fast, and presents reliably once assembled. Perfect where bedside concealment and speed of access matter most. Best specialist room stopper, Serbu Super Shorty. Not for everyone, but devastatingly effective in trained hands at very close distances. Best value compact pump, Charles Daly Honcho and Rock Island PF-14. Pragmatic options that get the job done without breaking the bank. Compact shotguns are not magic. They are tools. And good tools require the right match between environment, operator, and training. Choose based on the space you protect, the people who will use it, and the level of training you commit to. Test before you buy, practice deliberately, and prioritize safe, lawful ownership. If you found this deep dive helpful, subscribe to Firepower for full pattern gels, timed reload contests, and live torture tests, where we push the most requested models to the edge and publish the raw data. Tell us in the comments which compact shotgun you own or would like to see tested next. We'll prioritize the most requested platforms for the extended field report. Stay safe, train hard, and always handle firearms responsibly. This is Firepower. Short, lethal, and purpose-built. We'll see you on the range.